Yes, if you love and believe in God, today, this information, this is breaking news. It's not even a month yet into the Trump administration. Yes, and trust me, the man who behaves as if he's the president, Elon Musk, is looking at going to jail. Not federal, because you know that is puppet. He's the puppet master. You know that the guy in the White House that the dummies them voted for, that guy cannot help him because Elon Musk, when he accessed our information at the Treasury, he was breaking state laws and he has no authority to do that. Donald Trump can pardon him for federal crimes, but guess what? Can't help him for state crimes. And what he has done is violated citizens' rights. So citizens in various states need to call the Attorney General and file complaint with their various agencies. You know, you can't find anything with the federal because it's a corrupt system. We're in a corruption rampant 2.0. The blueprint, just like Russia, they're not hiding it because they know that their voters and supporters are criminal-minded people. They don't believe in the rule of law, or else they would not elect this man. As I say, if a man tell you, if a man show you who they are, believe him. But they voted for him because with their lying lips that the prices of eggs and everything is still going up. But guess what? Some of them even lose their job. And what is so fascinating about what's the latest development is what is going to happen to Elon Musk and his minions. So breaking news, the fall of Elon Musk begin. Grand juries convenes across multiple states. Once the people start complaining to the attorney generals for the compromise of their social security numbers, for those who have felt powerless watching billionaires operate with impunity, this is a defining moment. Do you remember when I warned you that it would not end well for Elon Musk? Well, the reckoning has arrived. And it's happening faster than anyone anticipated. Whoever dreams a billionaire, Donald Trump was the first billionaire to be arrested, and the same dummy them voted for him. And because of that, he's a convicted felon. Yes, I'm convicted, and him owe the state of New York money to over $500 million. So that's why Elon must be like the president and insult him and embarrass him, belittle him right in front of the world to see. And Elon Musk's son tell Donald Trump to shut up because he's not the president and he needs to get out of here. So, as we tell you, so the reckoning has arrived. Just watch. We have some we have some hardline black people, especially in New York. We have people in California and other parts of the state, other parts of the United States, Hawaii. And they're going to stand up for people, unlike the others who are criminals. So in America, we have two parties. Both of them are like, both of them, but one of them is an outright criminal organization. Yeah, criminal. Yeah, Donald Trump not hide it. And the Republican, them not have a problem rolling with it. If you are not corrupt, no one can corrupt you. But because all of these people are corrupt, that's why it's a corrupt party. And you could not give me nothing for me to join these people because they're the epitome of evil. I just hate liars. That's the kind of person I am. But man, so less than a month has passed and already grand juries in multiple states soon began convening to investigate Elon Musk unprecedented access to Americans' social security number and private data, and access he had no legal authority to possess. Musk, a South African by birth, has carried himself as if he were the president of the United States, wielding influence, by the presidency. Let him tell him friend them, wielding influences that far surpasses any reasonable corporate reach. But now the walls are closing in. The legal system is mobilizing against him, and this time he stands to lose everything: his fortune, his freedom, and whatever remains of his reputation. What makes this even more significant is that the investigations are being conducted at state levels, meaning that Donald Trump, despite his past entanglement with Musk, has no power to interfere. Unlike federal cases, state prosecutions operate independently, making it nearly impossible for Musk to maneuver his way out of legal accountability. He's not going to get any bail either. There will be no easy escape, no corrupt deals, no political shielding. And when these state attorneys bring in their cases forward, Musk may not even be granted bail because he's a flight risk. More importantly, this marks a critical turning point in the battle against those who have believed they can exploit and manipulate marginalized communities without consequences. Musk and his associates have operated under the assumption that they could bend the system to their will. But history has shown that when you attempt to systematically oppress, manipulate and disenfranchise black, brown, yellow and other community, you dig one grave, but two. One for your victims and another for yourself. Yes, Elon, we love the news. So now the world will watch as Musk faces the same judicial system he once believed he was above. His allies, enablers and business partners who stood by his side in this scheme to defraud and violate the rights of Americans will also find themselves entangled in the legal fallout. Whether his followers are of high or low intelligence, one thing is certain: both will bear witness to the unravel of his empire. This moment serves as a sobering reminder that state law are not federal laws, no matter how wealthy or influential you may be. When state prosecutors have you in their sights, the consequences are severe and unavoidable. Elon Musk, once seen as untouchable, is now standing on the edge of a legal abyss, and there is no one left to pull him up back. The grand juries will be assembling. The legal battle has begun, and Elon Musk, the fight of his life, is only just beginning. He will not be granted any bail. This man has made enemies. Yes, Elon Musk unauthorized access to the US Treasury. A reckoning begins. Elon Musk unchecked arrogance has finally caught up with him. And this time it won't be easily brushed aside. Yeah, so he's thinking about federal crimes, not state crimes. No, he's going to finally find out how things work. So when he maneuvered his way into accessing US Treasury, an unprecedented and deeply concerning overreach, he not only violated national security protocol, but also played a direct role in the dismissal of the very official responsible for protecting Americans' data. American private data. This was not just an abuse of power, it's a direct assault on the rights and privacy of every US citizen. Must have no legal or ethical justification for accessing sensitive government databases, yet he proceeded as if the rules simply did not apply to him. And why? Because he believed his wealth, influence and political connections would shield him from any consequences. However, this time, the states that remain untainted by his money and influence, the ones that refuse to bend to corruption, are now stepping up to deliver real justice. The state-level investigation that have begun will expose the full extent of his betrayal. Unlike federal agencies, which can sometimes be influenced by political maneuvering, state prosecutors operate with a level of independence that make Musk's usual escape tactics ineffective. Those states that are not bought and paid for by Musk and his allies will ensure that he is held accountable for his actions. This is not a matter of partisan politics. It's about protecting the integrity of American institutions, ensuring that no individual, no matter how wealthy or powerful, can manipulate the system for personal gain. Beyond Musk himself, this case is a major warning to those who have been complicit in enabling his overreach. Every federal employee who was unjustly terminated because they stood in the way of this blatant violation of privacy will eventually be reinstated with full pay and the recognition they deserve. This is not just about one man's downfall. It's about restoring justice to those who were punished for upholding their duty. Furthermore, those who have engaged in criminal acts on behalf of Aaron Jesus, a clear reference to individual who was enabled and protected these corrupt dealings, should take heed. Time is always longer than rope. History has shown no matter how much power one wields, the day of reckoning eventually comes. Musk's downfall will not just be personal. It will serve as a warning to every corrupt official and enabler who believe they could manipulate the system without consequence. The walls are closing in. The investigations will move forward. And those who thought they could get away with betraying American and the American people are about to learn a harsh lesson. Justice, when it finally arrives, is inescapable. So we are going to let you, loyal viewers and subscribers, watch this video and listen for yourself. Because we have told you before now that this is going to happen. It's not going to end well for him. So you watch, you listen, and you decide. So moving on.
Power grab and illegality going on in Washington. It's easy to feel helpless, like there's nothing you can do. Don't believe it. Every state has laws protecting your data online. The penalties for violation are civil and criminal. Elon Musk and his tech bros are not above the law, and a corrupt president has no ability to pardon state crimes.
Elon Musk has gained access to sensitive personal data on millions of Americans, including social security numbers and bank information. President Trump says he wants Musk to go even further.
Take action. Contact your state's Consumer Protection Agency. Contact your state attorney general. If your social security data has been illegally accessed, you have rights. No one elected Elon Musk. No one elected the tech bros following his orders. They have no special status under the law. You have rights. Use them. Don't let the bastards get away with it.
Yes, the Lincoln Project was the organization that took down Donald Trump when Joe Biden won the election. They weren't that operational the last election because they thought that the American people were smart. But as usual, that never underestimate the power of low IQ people or high IQ people, you should say. Because these people, everything they tell you that they were told. So Elon Musk and his tech oligarchs are illegally accessing your data. And here's how you can fight. For far too long, we have watched Billionaire amass power unchecked, trampling over laws meant to protect everyday citizens. But make no mistake, Elon Musk and his so-called tech revolutionaries are not above the law. Right now, Musk and his associates have gained unauthorized access to your private data, your social security number, banking information, and other sensitive personal records. They are exploiting these details without permission, and they are doing it under the illusion that their wealth and connection will shield them from accountability. And to make matters worse, the former president and his corrupt allies are actively encouraging Musk to go even further, violating privacy laws and national security protections in ways that should alarm every American. But here's the truth. You are not helpless. You have power. Every state has a strong consumer protection laws in place to guard against exactly this kind of abuse. These laws come with severe civil and criminal penalties. And we know that these judges in these states, they might drop it because they see what is happening. I'll even judges get emails about them for resign. Judge, boy, the South African boy out harder. And no president, no billionaire, no tech oligarch can escape state prosecution. Musk and his tech cronies may think they are untouchable, but they are not. State-level crimes cannot be pardoned by any president, and state attorney generals have the authority to investigate and prosecute them. What you can do right now, contact your state attorney general, demand an investigation into Musk, illegal access to private data. Your attorney general has the power to enforce privacy law and hold these individuals accountable. Get the little minions them first. Report the violations to your state consumer protection agencies. These agencies exist to protect you, and they can initiate legal actions against corporations violating data security laws. Know your rights. If your security data or financial information has been accessed without consent, you have legal recourse. Demand justice and ensure these violations are punished. The bottom line, no one elected Elon Musk. No one elected his tech enablers. Musk and his allies believe they can operate above the law, but they have no legal authority to bring their thing and access our data. They are not good government officials. They are not exempt from accountability. They certainly do not have the right to exploit millions of Americans for their gain. This is the moment of reckoning. You have rights. Use them. Take action today. Because if you let them get away with this, they will only take more. Don't let these lawless billionaire enablers escape justice. Yeah, they must face justice. What they have done is evil at its best. Yeah, these people are the epitome of evil. Elon Musk and his minions, them need to face justice. Why may I tell you? So we know that the sister up there in New York, we know that Letitia James and the other guy, we know that them supposed to hate him like with a passion, as most Americans. Right now he's the most hated man, and now that he has finally get himself right, he has a vice. What he's going to do? Try to run away? What about the others? Elon Musk and his tech Nazis have been operating with unchecked power, illegally accessing your personal data and violated fundamental privacy rights. Him don't tell you the same like black people. Him have to tell you, spell it out. You must can't read between the lines. He's the one who's behind the DEI thing. As bad as Donald Trump is, Donald Trump don't have a mind of his own. He has mental illness. The DEI that he's going after is Elon Musk and his hatred for black people because of South Africa. They believe that they are superior to us, black people, and they're supposed to be our gods. You're not. And you're not going to roll back America back to 70 years or 100 years. Nobody's going back there with you. Only thing we would like to see, you go right in the big house. Yes. So they have used their wealth and influence to manipulate systems that were designed to protect you. All while believing they are untouchable. But make no mistake, there is something you can do about it. This is not just about one man, it's about a dangerous precedent that if left unchallenged will only continue to grow. Musk actions have made it clear that he and his tech empire believe they are above the law, but they are not. With state grand juries convening, the momentum for accountability is building. Legal systems is moving, and now is the time for every concerned citizen to demand actions. Yes. As we say, what can you do? Call your state representative. Demand that your state take a firm stance against illegal data access and privacy violation. Ask them where they stand on holding Musk accountable. Support state investigations. Follow and amplify updates and legal actions being taken against Musk. The more public scrutiny, the harder it is for him to escape consequences. Report privacy violation. If you suspect your data has been compromised due to Musk's unauthorized access, file complaint with the State Attorney General and Consumer Protection Agency. Once you have a social security, just report him. Can access everybody's information. Boycott and divest. Stop supporting companies that enable or protect Musk criminals' overreach. Monitor, and when people refuse to fund corruption, the empire crumbles faster. Stay informed and spread the awareness. Share the information with those who still believe Musk is some kind of untouchable genius. The truth is, he's a reckless opportunist whose time is running out. State laws are not federal law, and this time Musk won't have the luxury of political favor or backroom deals to protect him. He will face justice. And when he does, it will be because people like you refuse to stay silent. Come on, call your state attorney. Report. You're not powerless. And let this South African know that you don't mess with Americans. Worse, black Americans. It's no getting away. Justice will be done and justice must be served.